Welcome back, everybody, and our guest tonight is Attorney General Maura Healey. So, Attorney General Healey, thank you for being here with us tonight. Topic number one, which is at the top of a lot of people's minds, is reviewing fantasy sports websites like DraftKings. The Gaming Commission had said today that they are going to look at it, talk about it next week. From your perspective as Attorney General, what is your role here?
It's not black and white in terms of the legal structure right now for this new industry here. I think it's really important that we have a strong legal and regulatory structure in place, and that's what we're undertaking right now. You know, we're talking about a need to protect consumers, particularly young people who we don't want to see get addicted to gambling, and we want to understand more about the nature of this industry and how they're conducting their business. So that's what we're focused on right now in the office.
Your former boss, Martha Coakley, has been hired as a consultant by DraftKings. They're based in Boston. She's your former boss. Have you talked with her about whether or not this is legal and should it be regulated?
No, not at all. I haven't, and I won't be speaking with her on this. But my office has spoken with both DraftKings and FanDuel. Again, this is part of our ongoing review and evaluation, and I think it's important that others participate in that process. Great to see the Gaming Commission today. Certainly, there's been a lot of talk on Beacon Hill about potential legislation to deal with the issue, potentially around taxation, around revenues, and the like.
The other really disturbing issue that I think bothers a lot of people and affects a lot of families in Massachusetts is the opioid crisis. And you've been out front on this, proposed making the trafficking of fentanyl a crime. The governor has talked about keeping patients, even if against their will, if they go to a hospital with opiate abuse. Where do you stand on that?
Well, look, I think that what we've seen through this crisis, where we are losing 4 or 5 people a day, and that doesn't even begin to tell this story when you talk about dozens and dozens of overdoses that are happening in communities. Families and our communities are being ravaged by this epidemic. I think that everything needs to be on the table, frankly. I think this is about education and outreach. I think it's about intervention. I think it's safe prescribing practices, safe dispensing practices, especially with regard to painkillers, and certainly, you know, expanding treatment options.
We have a viewer question on this. Ann Stevenson tweeted us this question: would you be willing to sue companies that have been producing these opioids?
When it comes to pharma, I will tell you this: 4 out of 5 of our heroin users today started with pills. We're 5% of the world's population, but we consume 80% of the world's opioid supply. So we're looking at to what extent there have been unfair and deceptive marketing practices when it comes to pharma, and we won't be afraid to take needed action. It's about protecting people.
All right. We're moving on to our very popular 10 questions at 10. William's going to go first.
Better basketball player or attorney general?
I'm practicing every day. That's what we say as lawyers. We're practicing lawyers, and I'm certainly a has-been basketball player.
I was just going to say,
I don't think practice is going to help at this point.
What word best described you as a player?
I had a little bit of spunk, probably.
I've heard tenacious. I've heard you were a pit bull. What did athletics teach you? A little bit.
So ferocious.
What did athletics teach you?
I was a point guard.
You're a point guard, exactly. What did athletics teach you?
Look, they taught me a lot about esteem, confidence. I'm a big supporter of young people playing athletics because I think it builds those things. It builds character, discipline, hard work, teamwork, which is really good. I think it's important to learn how to fail, too.
What would you want people to know about you they don't know?
If I had more time in my schedule, I'd probably spend a lot of time going to auctions and flea markets. I love junk.
Best Boston athlete of all time. It's a tough one. You got to choose from a bunch.
You know, I'm a new politician. You want me to make the call on this? This can't be good. There are so many.
You got to get out ahead of it. You played baseball, Larry Bird.
Yeah. Well, I got to tell you, I'm a huge Bob Cousy fan. I wore his number for years. A revered point guard here, you know, obviously with the Celts and Holy Cross, but he did a lot for the game. And one thing I appreciate is he and Red Auerbach exported basketball along with others to Europe. Years later, I got a chance to go over and play ball there. Thank them.
Awesome. The great Bob Cousy of Worcester.
Yeah.
All right, Attorney General Maura Healey, thanks for being with us tonight.
Yeah, great to see you.